The purpose for what we are doing will get revealed to us. Our intuition becomes stronger. The best way is to listen into our intuition, develop the ability to listen to the feelings. Mind versus heart. Purpose is to learn and enjoy, which is in the process we're going to help others naturally. The service becomes a natural element of it. And our purpose from time to time is getting revealed to us just by paying close attention to our heart. How do we know? When we go into the flow, we don't realize the time. Yes, the time. You spend 3 hours and you realize, oh, already 3 hours are over. You don't think of your food. You don't think of who are there around you. But you are so deeply engulfed in it. If you are engulfed in a set of activities in the so deeply, that means you are aligned to that thing that you're doing is pretty much in alignment with what you love to do. We receive a lot of insights automatically. Mind is not playing. When we are moving from one set of activities, maybe for next 3 months, next 3 years, 4 years, what you're doing to the next one, it slowly starts revealing to us. When we pay close attention, it starts revealing, hey, it's enough for you in this job, change. You'll also notice when you're not enjoying it anymore, that is the time to question yourself, what's happening? And that is the time to go deep into it and then question yourself and then make that brave decision to move on to the next one, change it. And identifying is by going into the flow, by taking up a task, one, whatever that you want. Suppose you want to start a new business, take a small task out of it, go into the detail, push yourself a bit, go beyond the comfort zone. When you want to make a change into ourselves, we got to be invariably looking at beyond the comfort zone. Do what you're doing, but go beyond the comfort zone. Take that extra time. Cut down something that is unnecessary. For a few days, see for yourself when you're doing it. Are you going into the flow? Means you forget when you do that activity, your spouse, your parents are telling you, hey, come on, come for dinner. You'll say, oh, okay, I'm going to come. And then you are into it again. You love it. So if you are not mindful of the time that's happening around you or the people, and about yourself, that means you're liking it, you love it. You visualize the future around it. You want to be getting a lot of heightened feeling. Those feelings are building up day by day. As you're visualizing in a meditation, at the end of the meditation, then you need to be feeling a lot more deeply about what you're doing is exciting you. You got to bring that gratitude, joy, enormous joy of having achieved that goal. Like if you're starting a business and then 3 years down the line, you set up the business, already it's become bigger. $1 million business has become. So then how will your life change? Visualize it. That's called clarity. Do you have that clarity? Do you have that excitement? Our heart is always telling if you're going to be excited with that experience that you're going to gain. That is another way we can easily identify, is it something that I'm going to align to? Happy afternoon, everybody. Great morning. Work is worship was what we are learning and listening in the enlightenment hour last this Tuesday. How do you make this a worship? How do you make this worship? Worship is where we are enormously, we surrender to it, we like it. Worshipping is we surrender to something and we love it and respect it deeply and we enjoy it. When you do it worshipping truly, that's what we do. And then how can work become that? You worship what do you worship? Worship that God and the consciousness. If that is what you're worshiping, that means you are, in our new terminology, you are respecting, liking, loving, surrendering to it. Then work has to become that. So work has to be elevated to that, which gives you that deep happiness, which gives you that fulfillment. And friends, it can happen by aligning to our current purpose, to aligning to our flow states, to aligning to our core interests. Purpose-driven career is that there is a deeper meaning that you find in the workplace where you are right now. The deeper meaning, that shared purpose that you are sharing with the company, but more importantly for you, if you can find a meaning of why you are there in the company to begin with. Why am I there in this company? What is driving me to be here? Why not some other company? And a lot of times, it is to do with what we want to do, what we like to do. And if that company is offering that, then we are there. It's always about aligning and understanding what I like to do. And then if I know what I like to do, and then it is simply a match of what the company has to offer, then it becomes a shared purpose. If the company is offering, then it becomes a shared purpose. If my purpose is to look at helping a community around, and my company is participating in it, it becomes a shared purpose. If my purpose is to get wealthy, and you have a reason for why you get wealthy, and your company provides that opportunity, then you have a shared purpose. If my purpose is to solve challenges in that area that you like to do, and then if companies offer that, then it's a shared purpose. Then you are with your purpose. Purpose-driven career is to understand what gives me happiness, to have that clarity of why am I there in this company, not just because I got a job, then I'm there. Then it becomes mere work, which requires time, resources, material, money, everything is then external. If it is just work, then everything that we have to do to achieve the work is, it becomes external to us. And so we start giving reasons, excuses, and putting it onto others because we say that is not there, this is not there. But however, when we align to what we really like to do, then whatever is external, we actually start looking from them as things that are not an issue, that we will start finding solutions to the problems. Things that are external may not be, they will find solutions, find a way to make things happen. So we have to understand, in order to determine what's my purpose-driven career, is that when we are there in the company, we fundamentally have the clarity of why I'm there in the company. For example, when I went into my last company, very clear, two objectives for me. My purpose is to teach meditation. My purpose is to see that this company, our product is utilized by Fortune, whatever, those 1,000 companies, because that is a deep desire and satisfaction. Collectively, all the employees of Sanofi, we all wanted. So when we went into this company as a team, there are two purposes for us. See that this company's products are utilized worldwide, and then see that I personally have the ability and then be able to fulfill my desire to teach meditation. Two purposes I had. And so because I had that clarity, now everything that I do around is aligned to those two in the company. And I need to align to those two activities by working and influencing people, because I've not forgotten why I'm there. I'm not there for a fat paycheck. I was definitely not there for a fat paycheck. It is not wrong either to be for a fat paycheck, if that is your purpose, because you know what you're going to utilize that for. But we have to have clarity of why we are there in a company. When I was there in a company called Sequent, where I spent a long time in the United States, when I connect my dots back, it is very clear to me that I stuck in there because I was loving the technology innovation. I'm a creator. So I loved it. And that company offered to me. So that's why, even though I went switched into two other companies, but I had to come back here because the environment, the creative ability, and then whatever that I'm doing is exact match could only be found in this company. Purpose wise, I was not definitely going after salary increments. I would always say, I'm happy here, fulfilling career I'm having here because I'm doing what I like. And so then rest of it is more of recognition, the salary, then whatever that is, all that is happening automatically. In order to determine, when we can develop that clarity of what I want, and then when we go into a company and we have that sense of understanding, then we can navigate ourselves to be doing that, to be fulfilling that. When we forget why we went into a company, we start playing politics, we start feeling victimized, we start saying things to the people around and saying, you're not doing this, this is not being done. We don't need to do that. We can learn to hang around. When we remember what our purpose is, and if it's not there, then we can immediately switch to something else, because then switch to some other company, because then you can make that work interesting, which means it becomes worship. In the global scenario, it's going to be even more tougher. When we don't align to what really gives me happiness, and then you stay in a company, it becomes tougher. We constantly will be pressurized, constantly be pushed by people. So something that we don't like to do. So meditation, mindfulness are helping us determine what is my purpose. So you got to understand a concept of going into the flow state. How do I determine what's my purpose? To understand that, we need to understand going into flow. Let me put up a slide. Whenever we go into flow, when we are doing a certain activity, the flow is where you forget time and space around you. If you're doing an activity and then you forget time and space, that means you don't even know you started, and then you don't even know, and 5 hours later realize, okay, already 4 o'clock happened. You forget the environment. So who is there around you? Where are you? Are you in a lab? Are you in your office? Are you in somebody else's office, some other building where you've gone there? You forget about everything, time and space. You forget. You're deeply involved. So that means you're going into the flow. And when you go into that state, then you are very likely are into that. We are aligning to something that you really like. Whatever you're doing then is something you really like, and you want to do more of that. So if we can determine at a workplace, what are the things that I go into the flow when we do something? What if I do, am I forgetting myself? And I'm really deeply concentrating and then going into it. We got to identify those things that we go into the flow. Conceptually, how do you determine? For example, if I like selling, but I am here in this R&D job, but I like selling. So in order to go to the sales role, if that is what I really like and you think I like, so I have this constant interest that I want to do that because you feel that that's what gives me happiness, but whereas when I say another role, so how do you determine? You set a clear goal that, okay, I am going to be going into the sales role. So there is this goal of, first of all, understanding what you want to do, which is, okay, you know that you want to do a sales role. But before you do the sales role, we have to do for the sales role to go. So in order to go and then take that as a profession, as something that you really would like to do, Take one goal. The goal could be whether to determine whether you will really like the job, or the goal could be to just say, I'm going to go through my company's this product set and I'm going to understand, go through the sales pitch, all that literature, training material is there. I'm going to go through all of that as a goal, and then I'll present it to one of my sales guys. I'll present. That is a goal you take just to see, will you like it or not? So you set that goal for yourself, because in order to, before you switch a sales role, right? So you can try this and you see whether you're going to the flow or not. Then do one task at a time. So that means you're saying that you, in that whole, you want to learn the course about sales material, about all the product, how the positioning is there, what the features are, what are the objections that you got to do to the clients, and how do you price it. A lot of things that you have to go through the sales material, the training. Do one task at a time. In that you say, let me just understand the product features only first, because this whole thing can take 3 days. Let me just take one of it, product feature set. Let me understand it. Let me rehearse it. One task at a time. You got to do one task at a time. Don't try to conquer the whole thing. It will take 3 days to 5 days, but take one task. Let me understand the product presentation. It'll take, let's say, 2 hours. Go into the detail. So there you try to now look through the slide by slide. You do your research. Don't take a shortcut and then call the sales guy and say, hey, this bullet is saying that no, so this product has a special feature. What does it mean? Don't do that. Don't take shortcuts. Instead, to understand it, you go into the detail. You do your own research. Go through the white papers, go through the tech material or whatever, and then recognize it. Go through the case studies. So you take that, I'm understanding the product features, and then I am now one task at a time and then going into the details. So one task is just the features into the details. So you understand, you do by yourself, not delegate to somebody else. Now, in order to do this, and in order to try this out, you also have to go beyond your comfort zone. That means you're doing a 9 to 7 job, or you are naturally doing whatever you're doing, but then you try to take some time out of your other time, whatever you call it, personal time, or this time you got to take something out of your personal time. Your comfort zone is there. Day to day, you have a 9 to 5 job, 9 to 7 job, you're happy. You want to go beyond it. That means you have to push yourself to spend that extra 10 or 15% at a workplace. There is a good reason for doing all of this. If you can push yourself, that will test you whether you have the passion and interest toward that work. If you can spend that extra 2 hours, if you're normally spending 8 hours at office, you spend extra 2 hours, push yourself a bit. Go beyond the comfort zone. Oh, 6 o'clock, my bus goes away, I have to go. Or 6 o'clock, my tennis practice, I have to go. You got to push yourself, go out of the comfort zone, and then take the time and then go into the detail and then try it out for yourself and friends. And if you do that, you are into the detail, you are doing this beyond the comfort zone time, and then one task and then you do, and then if you're doing it, and then if you go in where you forget about yourself and the surrounding, then you are more than likely going to happily enjoy this job of sales role. You're testing it out before you travel, changing. A lot of times we don't test it out, and then we simply take up a role because it's a mind play. We go there, we're not happy there again because we're not aligned to a purpose. The purpose is ultimately to be happy with whatever that you're doing. So we have to understand this concept. Now, what do I apply? How do I apply it? So how do I know? Where do I start? So this Venn diagram, something that we're going to learn, some of you are attending the Morning Crystal program in week 5, I suppose. So every one of us have these 3. How am I doing on time? 5:49. Okay. I'm already late. So every one of us have these 3: role, desire, and capability. What's the role I'm going to do? What is the role that I'm expected to do in the company? Like, you want to do sales role, it'll give you joy. You feel that traveling around, meeting clients, talking to people, explaining to them is your strength. And so you feel that that's what you love. That's your desire. Whereas your role is that you're doing some R&D job. What are your capabilities? What are your capabilities? You got to determine what your capabilities are. And role is what you've got in the company, in the society, in the community, right? It could be CEO, engineer, marketing manager, house captain, accountant. Your capabilities are, you understand, all of us have some core capabilities. Either you love to create, either you love to promote. That means you talk to people and then tell them how good it is. You love to operate the Vishnu consciousness, you sustain it, operate it, right? Either you are trying to lead, you always want to take initiative and lead, or you always are more comfortable taking instruction from somebody and then doing it. Is also there. Either you're a leader where you have the leader consciousness, you are more good, you want to drive and then set your own targets and then go around, set your own schedule, set your own things, you want to be in control, or you're okay to take in as a member and then do it because that's what you feel is more important for you. Identify what is your core capability. We all navigate towards it. Of course, as you meditate, we are good at doing everything for a period of time, but we always start with something. At any given time, sometimes we have interest in one area or the other. So identify what is your core capability. Do you like to create, draw, paint, create new things, products, or organize new processes? You love doing new process, refine a process in a company as opposed to going and sitting down and then creating the product, right? So you can identify what you like. What is your core skill you can identify? You can think about it. Now, if you go back and connect your dots between your past jobs, you'll know what it is. And a hard skill is what you acquired over a period of time on a given thing. Now, if you say, I have this ability to sing, that you're a hard skill. You have the programming, your hard skill. Consulting, there is some skill that you learned around a functional area. That's all your hard skill, right? You know what your capabilities that you are. And then your desires are what you like to do. You like to solve challenges. You like to teach. You like to serve. You like to counsel. So now, how do I align? If you got capability and you got role, whatever you expect to do and you can do it, it's fine. But there is no happiness in there. Most of the time, we are in that situation. Okay, I've got the skill, I will do the job. So that's why it becomes a 9 to 5 job. Because you just have to do it, we do it. Manager asks us, hey, this client is asking us to do 3 more hours. We'll give 1,000 reasons and we'll curse and then crib and also do it that day. If we ask 3 days later again, we've got to give strong reasons. It becomes tough negotiations because we're doing that. Just the skill is there, role is there, matching. But that's not necessarily fulfilling any of the desire. But that's not what we want to be in. That's not a purpose-driven career because it doesn't give you happiness. 10 years later, 5 years later, look back and say, every day I've gone to work and come back and there's no real happiness out there. You don't even recollect how good did your moments in office were. On the other hand, if you have your capabilities aligned to your desires, then you are actually aligning, giving you joy and you can do it. So this is what you want to do. You got your role, you're doing accountancy, whatever that is, but you got something else is going to give you joy. Suppose if teaching is going to give you joy, try this out. Go for that extra, go out of the comfort zone and try it out. Use that model to try and see if it's going to give you the flow. You got to go beyond the comfort zone. Your manager will ask you to still do what you're doing, but try this out and then go beyond the comfort zone. And when you try this out, you go into the flow, then you can go back and then ask for the change. Meditation will give you that courage to ask for the change. Meditation will give you the clarity to identify what you're good at. Meditation is discerning, and meditation is helping you identify what are your core desires. Of course, as you can see, the best thing to be there is to be in the center, which is what will happen. When you align your capabilities to desires, you attempt a flow, and then you determine they're going into the flow, friends. Then you can go and seek a change into your role. So you go into the role, so then you're in the diagram, you are in the center. And so you have this best thing going. you have the best thing going. I love to teach meditation. That's my core capability. And I am running Buddhasi Quantum Foundation as a chain that is sought for myself after what I felt was I fulfilled in IBM, whatever that I had to do. My company, my products had to be utilized by these Fortune 500 clients. And then I had to wanted to teach meditation. I've been done that for 2.5 years and felt happy about it. I felt I'm done with my purpose there. So I moved out. And then I found something that aligning all three things for me. We all can do it. It's no big deal. We all can do it. We just don't have to hold on to the same position everywhere. Every organization is offering multiple roles. Generally, we land into a job because we have the capability. We skills are there. They're matching something. Is generally we are navigator. We don't just make wrong decisions. The thing where we make wrong decisions, dear friends, either we forget the reason why we went into the company and we start feeling victim and we play politics, and that's where we go wrong. I always tell my team, why are you here? Why are you playing politics? What is the reason you're in this company? When you play politics and you go away from your goal, so then you're wasting your time, you're wasting with the company's resources. Neither they grow nor you grow. So none of your goals are fulfilled. Neither the company's goals fulfilled or yours fulfilled. The time wasted for everybody. What's the way out? Meditation, dear friends. Meditation is making us self-responsible automatically because it is seeking us, navigating us to align to what we love. And when we start liking what we do, then automatically we give back and then we are more accountable, responsible. The moment you start liking what you do, so then you are fully in line with the purpose. And that's helping the company to grow. So it's very important in order to enjoy workplace, we got to figure out that my purpose is being I have a purpose and this company is serving and you align to it. If not, seek a change. That's what I always tell. Seek a change. And these are the tools that we can do. Let's go into meditation once again, dear friends. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. We're going into breath mindfulness meditation. The goal of this meditation is to empty our mind. When we empty the mind, we experience greater emptiness, energy all around this consciousness. When we empty the mind, then we detach from the past experience. We become more mindful. This program is about mindfulness. When we regularly practice this meditation we do, then we become very mindful. When we are mindful, then we are actively enjoying that moment. We are observing our reactions, emotions, everything. We have so much awareness so that we automatically correct ourselves from any negative thinking or any inner chatter, and then go into the present moment back again and enjoy what we do. So this process of meditation we're doing will help us develop our intuition because we're paying close attention to what our inner is telling us. What if we do, I'm going to enjoy. So it's going to tell us. So we pay close our attention to intuition so that we can navigate ourselves to what we like in the company. Right, friends? Relax yourself with your eyes closed. The way to do this meditation is to sit down comfortably with your eyes closed, specs removed, fingers into fingers, resting your hands in your lap, cross your feet at ankle, and observe your normal, natural breath. Take any point on the nose, and then observe breath is going in and coming out, going in and coming out. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. When a mind is empty, we start experiencing greater emptiness, that's energy. So be with it. The energy may reflect as any sensations in the body or mind, any visions, just observe them. In case you have thought, bring your attention back to the breath. So observing the breath, we become empty, be in that emptiness. In case we have thought, bring your attention back to the breath again. So this is called Anapanasati, a breath mindfulness meditation. Relax yourself. We'll do a quick meditation. With your eyes closed, dear friends.
With your eyes closed, specs removed, fingers into fingers, resting your hands comfortably in your lap, observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath, dear friends. We are going into powerful group meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. Be with your breath. Become one with the in breath and the out breath, dear friends. our mind is empty, we move ourselves into the generous present moment. We develop greater mindfulness. We gain radiant health. If you find yourself in thought, gently go back to observing your breath and slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. Our goal is to empty the mind, dear friends. your breath. Become one with that in breath and the out breath, and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. Observe any sensations in your body. Become aware of the emptiness inside of you, all around you. That's energy. Allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you, as you merge into your breath. The longer you stay in this field, in this emptiness, the more clarity you develop, the more intuitive you become. Allow yourself to merge into that emptiness. Merge into your breath and merge into that emptiness of yourself, dear friends. The longer you stay connected to this energy, the more clearer you become. The more self-expressive you become. Friends, it's an honor and privilege to be exploring consciousness. Express gratitude to all things and everybody. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Gratitude to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, to friends, your family, to this nature, to all things, the places, to yourself, and to this intelligent quantum field. And whenever you are ready, as you express gratitude, recollect your experiences from the session, and then you can keep your hands or eyes for 5 seconds and open your eyes. Okay, friends. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the meditation and the short session. We'll meet back again tomorrow as we're coming into the weekend. So tomorrow we'll have more Q&A with Sheetal. Sheetal or Rakesh? Tomorrow, Sheetal, please go and announce.
Rakesh, sir, tomorrow.
So we'll have Q&A with Rakesh tomorrow. So 5 days of topics, and then Saturday, Sunday, more meditation, and then Q&A. Is we're going to do this. It's optional. So if you want to get into the meditation, continue, please join. So Rakesh and Sheetal are going to take the sessions on the weekend. Lawrence, before we close, any comments?
Well, thank you for the meditation, and this topic of purpose of career is very critical. As we all become mindful as we meditate, and we can face, as we discussed the first day on fearlessness, we can face the questions that we have about ourselves, about what we are doing, with no fear, just looking at it and maybe identifying if it's time to ask for a new project, a new location, a new team, a new activity. In my case, every time it happened to me, I really felt it coming. I had to face it, eliminate the fear. And then it always happened in changing location. That's why I moved from France to the US, then to Singapore, then back to the US, and now to France. Every time it's a big change. But as you become mindful and practice meditation, you just take it as a new experience, a new challenge, a new journey, and a new opportunity to meet people. So every time you feel something as you become bored, now that you are mindful, just face it and ask yourself questions about, what else do you want to do? What more do you want to do? And never hesitate to ask. If you don't express what you feel to your colleagues or your management, nothing will happen. So if you don't ask, you don't get. So that's what mindfulness brought to me. Thank you, Chandra, again, for bringing this critical topic for all of us.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lawrence. Seems like they're all building upon each other very nicely. Thank you all. Sheetal, any announcements? Please go ahead and close.
So one announcement, sir, for this group, book clubs are happening from Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. We will be sending the links and information about the book clubs in the WhatsApp groups, and you can join every book club if you want. So there is no special registration for this group of people. We will be sending the Zoom link and timings. Feel free to join whenever it is possible for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Come, my friend, stop for a while. Life must be more than just existing. Round and round, like a carousel ride. Shall we end while we began? Tell me so I'll understand. Let us begin to live this life. Let us together seek its purpose. Life is not a pointless venture. Eternity is for sure. Open up and receive this truth in your heart. That God was smiling at your birth and has a purpose for your life. I know the plans I'd Thank you.